That's not all. Tire Zone also stock tires for all types of vehicles, including 13-inch for as low as $99, 14-inch starting from $150, 15-inch starting at $185, 16-inch for as low as $195, and 17-inch starting from only $200. Why buy used tires when you can get quality brand new tires for such low prices at Tire Zone? Visit us in the blue building next to the VG roundabout or call 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Again, 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Email us at tirezone.slu@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Tire Zone.
Well, guess what? It's now 8 a.m. or a minute after 8 o'clock, and up next is Vaval Central. Vaval Central is brought to you on Radio Caribbean International with the compliments of the CPMC, the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, and also the CMMC, the Carnival Music Management Committee, and also Creamery Novelties, and also Harris Paint. They are the ones who are making it possible for Vaval Central here on Radio Caribbean International.
We're back! Vaval Central! The music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central! Yeah! Vaval Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and TRCI. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Paints, and Creamery Novelties. Vaval Central! Yeah!
Introducing Lucian Junior Carnival, the National Youth Creative Arts and Carnival Festival. This is where young voices rise, where creativity comes alive, and where culture lives on. Join us from May 18th to May 29th for the National Schools Tour. June 3rd, Primary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 5th, Secondary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 6th, National Schools Panorama Competition. July 12th, National Junior Parade of the Bands. Lucian Junior Carnival. It's more than a festival. It's a movement for the next generation. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelties. Love life and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelties.
Enjoy Creamery Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? The best for ladies in so many colors. He's a Harris Paints man. For a better paint and a better price, check the little man for some soft advice. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KPT Grand Opening, Saturday, May 23rd. KPT, in collaboration with CMMC, presents The Art of Kaiso, Season 5. Yes, it's our 5th anniversary celebration, a blue and white affair. 2 shows in one. Experience the power, culture, and storytelling of Kaiso on the inside. Then we transition outside for high-energy vibes and pure Caribbean culture with KPT Soca. Saturday, May 23rd, National Cultural Center, 8:30 p.m. Featuring Blaze, Mystic, Blackberry, Kitina, Divine, TC Brown, KB Official, Scrat Money, and more. A night of quality Kaiso and high-energy Soca. Backed up by Invasion Band with Brass. Tickets $25. Saturday, May 23rd. Kaiso Pro Stand, KPT Soca. Keep people talking. Sponsored by Shanga Pro, Blue Select, Barbe Limited, Heineken St. Lucia, the Government of St. Lucia, WeTV, and ES Productions.
Think about how much your drive has changed. In your 20s, it was about getting there. In your 30s and 40s, it's about getting everyone else there.
In 200 meters, turn right for school.
And today, it's about the power of choice, the premium ride.
Good afternoon.
The peace of mind knowing you've built a solid foundation. Through every trade-in, every upgrade, and every new driver added to your policy, Beacon Insurance provides car insurance cover designed to evolve as fast as you do. Call us at Beacon or log on to beaconstlucia.com for a quote today. Life moves. We keep you in drive.
South Calypso Tent with the Carnival Music Management Committee presents the advocates of the art form. Long live Kaiso. Grand launching Friday, May 22nd at the National Cultural Center. Showtime 8:30 p.m. Admission $25 at the door. Featuring four-time Calypso monarch Minel, Dika Fontelio, Queen Yards, Teddy Boy, Lucian, Mahandra, Gamson, Diplomat, Sherlan, Boss Al, newcomers Kitty, Mighty Dashi, and more. MC Izai Hall, backup band South All Stars. Tickets $25 at the door. Sponsors Blue Select, Southern Taxi Association, Bounty Rum and Pierre Marcel, Peter Bear, Climax and Icy, Massey Stores, Caribbean Grains, Peter and Company Auto, Jason and Alton Mondaisy, Forest Springs, Michelle's Electrical, and Lance Lay. This event is licensed by Echo. No unauthorized vendors allowed.
Feel the vibes? Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Radio Caribbean International. The station that loves Carnival.
We on.
Definitely.
Good morning. The followers and fans of Vaval Central, we on a very poignant morning for the Carnival fraternity. It's the morning, as we said, later on tonight, we're going to the South Tent to start a bumper weekend of Calypso. In between, of course, there's a big launch of Dennery Carnival on Saturday night. As we said, it is South Tent at 8:30 tonight over at the Cultural Center, followed tomorrow night by KPT, and then on Sunday, TOT on a bank holiday weekend. And 8 o'clock on Saturday night, all roads lead to Dennery for the big launch of the carnival. Of course, it starts on a very reflective, emotional note with the funeral service for one of the greatest figures in the evolution of St. Lucia Carnival over the last few decades, Dylan Pitkin. And so we're all going to trek over to the Anglican Church in the heart of Castries to pay tribute and final respects to Dylan Pitkin. And so we thought, what better way, what better person? From all my observation, I've been close to the carnival and confirmed that he was really a major player in the growth and development of the carnival as designer, as agitator, as advocate, as administrator, as songwriter. Dylan was very much at the center, and if ever there was somebody captured the passion and interest in carnival, he was one of them. There are quite a few I always name on the program. Dylan was front and center among them. One person, perhaps the best place to speak of Dylan in all his forms as far as carnival is concerned, and also as a friend, is Oswald Ozzy Boy Augustine. We call him Ozzy, you call him Ozzy Boy, Oswald Augustine. Good morning, Oswald. Your first appearance on Vaval Central. As a big carnival man, it took a long time, but you know.
Good morning, and good morning, St. Lucia. Good morning to the carnival fraternity. To kick morning to our people all in the arts, you know, and our Calypsonians. Well, they're part of the arts too, but a special good morning to them because Dylan was also a writer, and he was promoting his wife all the time with some very good calypsos, if you could remember, In the School Bag, which is written by Boingson, but he was very much behind it.
And he turned full-fledged writer later on, in fact, writing for the likes of Minel and winning a crown back in 2016.
Yes,
we hope to run that tune a little later. Dylan, he wrote for Ashanti, for Trish, and a number of other persons in the fraternity, particularly the Fire One Tent. He was a leader to a Fire One Tent. So all the aspects of carnival, he joined his wife, Cheryl Lydia Davis and company, to form that Fire One Tent. So Dylan and I just could really attest that of all the persons who know Dylan well in this carnival effort, Ozzy Boy, I call him Mr. a power player behind the scenes. Ozzy In fairness to yours, he never seeking any spotlight, but Reg, first of all, as a major financier, he wouldn't tell you all that, but a major of many carnival efforts.
I am always behind the scenes,
Right.
Terry. Everything I do, I'm saying Terry. I'm always Teddy. I'm always behind the scenes.
Yeah, understandably so. And so you could tell us of Dylan, when your association with Dylan started, and what you remember of it.
Wait,
Go ahead, Ozzy.
Teddy, I wrote something in memory of him,
Right.
and I think the best thing I should do is read it here this morning. Dylan, or Dilly, as we know him growing up, was more than a friend. He was family. He lived with his mother Aggie, and his protective grandmother Miss Essie in the vibrant community of Conway at that time. He was Aggie's only child, and at the time, and they surrounded him with love and care. My cousin Trevor and I lived not too far away on Barnard's Hill with our aunt, Auntie Olive, our grandmother, Mom Didi, Leslie Neal, Kay and Brenda, who were also my cousins, and my mother. We all lived together. Because Aggie and Aunt Olive were close friends and devoted Anglicans who worshiped together, we boys spent many holidays and Sundays together after church. Those moments became some of the best memories of our childhood. Going to Aggie's home in Conway was always a special treat because Dylan had what seemed like an endless collection of toys. And you know us little boys, how we love playing with toys. At the time, you know, you're small, you want your bicycles, your toys and whatnot. Not. To us, it looked like he owned the entire Second World War in plastic form. You know, those plastic soldiers, tanks, military vehicles, you know, the Americans and Germans, French and English armies all lined up for battle. But owning the toys was only part of the fun. The real excitement came in organizing the battlefield formations and debating who would command which army. Looking back now, I realize that those childhood battles reveal something important about Dylan. His imagination, his creativity, and ability to strategize, qualities that would later define so much of his life. Dylan also loved the cinemas, Clarkson Gaiety. Movies were his passion. I honestly believe he watched more than 90% of the films ever shown on the island, and he could recall them as though he had seen them the day before. That remarkable memory and sense of drama would later influence many of his creative ideas and productions. As we grew older, life moved our families to different directions. The Weeks family relocated to Lance Road, my cousin moved to England, and my mother and her children moved to Leclerc. Yet despite the changes, Dylan and I remained very close. We attended teenage dances together at the Anglican School and the Parish Center, and we never missed the house parties where music, laughter, and dancing filled the night. Dylan always dressed in the latest fashion and kept the craze, all the new dances. But the best at the time was sticking on that tile, owning that tile, you know, rent a tile. And he was in every new dance craze. At the time, he was the only one driving us who could drive. He was the only one with his license. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Weeks trusted him with the small yellow Pinto. It was a Pinto. I think it was called a Chevy Pinto. To this day, I still cannot understand how that car, built for 5 passengers, somehow carried 8 or 9 of us all at once to and from the parties. Christmas was another treasured tradition. Every year, our group made it a point to visit each other's homes during the season. I must also make special mention of his brother from another mother, Fish. Most of y'all would know. Placidus Ogis. He worked at Liat for a while. Who departed his life a few years ago. May he continue to rest in peace. Our friendship remained genuine throughout the years. Dylan eventually became known to some of his friends as Silver, a nickname inspired by his love for the television western The Lone Ranger and the famous horse named Silver. Why he was called Silver instead of Lone Ranger? Because Silver always intrigued him, and we had a saying between the two of us: "Hi ho, Silver," just like Lone Ranger. Whenever we met each other. Silver honored me by asking me to be the best man at his wedding to Cheryl, a truly remarkable woman. Cheryl stood by his side with unwavering strength and devotion, supported him faithfully right up to the very moment he took his last breath. As I mentioned earlier, Dylan's childhood love for organizing toy battlefields and his passion for movies eventually evolved into extraordinary creative talent in later years. I came to recognize his brilliance in design and production. When it came to carnival costume designs, Dylan was simply a master. Unlike many designers, he never hid his ideas in secrecy. He openly shared his concepts with teammates, supporters, rivals, and critics alike, carefully listening to every opinion. Yet when Carnival Day arrived, he always unveiled a secret weapon that left everyone amazed. Carnival was his blood. From growing up in Maui's Carnival band to becoming the artistic designer and leading creative voice behind New Dimensions and Mass Action Carnival bands. Dylan built an unforgettable legacy. His achievements included 7 Band of the Year titles, among them 4 consecutive victories, an extraordinary accomplishment in the St. Lucia Carnival history. His wife Cheryl carried the Queen costumes with elegance and grace, earning titles and admiration along the way. Through every triumph and challenge, she remained strong and steadfast. As for Silver and myself, our friendship endured through every season of life. I have always been someone who believes strongly in accountability. And during Carnival season, we often found ourselves at odds because of Dylan's generous heart. He simply gave too much away to revelers. But even through disagreements, our bond never weakened. We remained true friends until the very end. The name Dylan will forever hold a special place in the history of St. Lucia Carnival and the arts. On behalf of all who worked beside him, reveled with him, and were touched by his kindness, the entire Mass Action family, and countless friends at home and abroad, we extend our deepest condolences to his mother Aggie Mawix, Cheryl, and all his family and loved ones. May he rest in perfect peace.
Well done. Ozzy. Very fitting, and I'm happy I invited you. I thought you were the best person, best place in my following and tracing the growth of our carnival. Many were around Dylan, but I know that deep down you were perhaps his strongest ally. And I remember, as you say, the side, Dylan was always contentious, always in a disagreement, the approach to things, but it always settled in the end. And Mass Action, I think, represented your greatest union and collaboration for the mass as far as Dylan is concerned. And then there's the famous line jam that people speak about.
Yeah.
Tool, speaking to Von Charles, who mentioned that it came out of the Codex movement, when Codex were agitating for the change. The idea came, and then Dylan was the one to spearhead it.
Yeah, he took it and he spearheaded,
He spearheaded
it.
And then I remember, especially when the finances became tough, you were a big ally there. It really until it became out of control, the police fees and so on.
The police fees was the problem. We had to pay police every year something like $32,000. I could never forget that. Although we figured that the police, it should have been a national service instead of police getting overtime or money to do this. But
and that's
we
what
had
killed
no
it.
choice.
Effectively, I remember being in the fray, being maybe director of Carnival at the time. That's what killed it. It was really a major achievement to start the Carnival. The public welcomed it, the artists welcomed it to try out their songs, and Dylan was really enthusiastic about it. This line jam.
And a lot of people would know that was our kickstart to obtaining funds to start buying our material, because Mass Action normally stayed in a mass camp for about 3 years. 3 months. It is not like the other bands that just buy everything from China and whatnot. We actually manufactured and made our costumes right here. The seamstress The seamstresses in St. Lucia loved us. You know?
There's a lot of local production. I remember that at the mass camp, and you had one of the more active mass camps. Mass action was big. We must shout out people like Maxim and Alvin and Trevor.
Oh yes.
Trevor deceased. Really lively. Right? Morella, Francis Moreland. So really the soldiers in that mass action, and you all believed in portrayal. The rivalries were there, but always the king and queen of the bands, epic battles. Cheryl dominated for a long time.
Oh yes, Cheryl for a long time.
Was her sister,
even Lydia. Her daughter came. Yeah, and even her daughter came on. Right. You know, Zizi came on afterwards, and you know. Yeah. So he was really central to that and always passionate. I mean, my vision, my memory of Dillon is by the square around that area. When you cross Dillon there, you're not going to cross Cass Street. He'll accost you there in an hour and a half at least discussing carnival. It was in his blood.
Your office must have been busy when Dillon...
Oh, yes. Man, we had our regular meetings. We had our everything, the calls, a lot of calls, but...
Yeah, and as you say, the
passion a good union.
Took him over into... And the Mummy Coup costume they mentioned was one of the most epic. And when you hear that he started with Diamond Steel, people, difficult to imagine now, was in fact a mass band. And he won Band of the Year with Dillon designing as a young boy, designing for Diamond Steel. Yes. At a steel band, they actually brought out a mass band.
Something you may not know, we were the first band to bring other revelers from Mikud and Soufrière.
Right, to bring them in.
To bring them in and brought them from Soufrière Mikud
and from Diamond Steel or Mass Action?
Mass Action, yeah.
Okay, but where did your carnival collaboration with Dillon start? With Diamond Steel? Where did you
just after Dillon broke up with Roy Lights. You know, he was part of Roy Lights at the time. Right. As soon as he did, we started and we went into New Dimensions. And then,
from there,
we moved on.
Yeah. There's a song that's played, Marine, about the mass, and we just reflective about how important carnival is and life is, and appreciating life and this carnival ritual that we so treasure. We think it's fitting now to just play it a bit in tribute and remembrance of Dillon Pitkin, really a true soldier of carnival, as we prepare to go over to the Anglican Church in a bit to pay tribute to Dillon Pitkin. We'll be joined by Isai Hall to speak on many aspects of carnival in a bit, including Calypso, which starts tonight. But we have a few more minutes.
Just one thing. I came into carnival from the age of 2. Mm-hmm. I jumped with a band called Fawin. I don't know if you remember an old band with English and these guys, yeah?
I remember Buster, but I heard of Fawin.
A 2-year-old boy jumping with his mother, because my mother was very involved in
She played till late in original
carnival, yeah. She was also a section leader with Miss Booty.
Yeah, the famous Booty. We were reflecting yesterday how great this thing was. Miss Booty, Carnival has grown, you know. Miss Booty was one of the legendary bands.
Oh, yes.
But Miss Booty's route was from the Parish Centre. Imagine that. For people who don't know, next to KFC now.
Yes.
Parish Centre KFC into the boulevard. That was the route. And that was great at the time.
Yeah, Miss Booty band was something else.
Miss Booty on an open back vehicle leading and the rest. Miss Booty at the time. And I remember your mom playing up until original.
Yeah, my mom played up to New Dimensions.
Right.
She held a section in New Dimensions.
Memorable indeed. Yeah. Let's run this tune before we get back to Aussie Boy. You know he has to leave in a bit to go over and take care of matters related to the burial, but let's run it.
Gotta do this one for all the fallen soldiers, all the forefathers. Great Carew, really miss you, man. Mighty Dragon too, respect too. This one's for all my people. This festival, whatever you do, please enjoy yourself in the mass, 'cause you never know, it could be the last. For real, enjoy yourself in the mass, 'cause you never know, it could be the last. Give thanks and pray, festival day, raise voices and say, be grateful that for another year the Father has let us live on. Carnival day, raise voices and say, so many others would like to be here with us, but now they are gone. Enjoy yourself, free up your mind, inside the mass, for real. Let yourself go, 'cause you never know, it could be a last. Give thanks and praise when them hands raise and go bless me with another year, cause I never know when I'll disappear. Kurt Mitchell, Andre Tanker, Little Scotty, we gotta thank you. We miss you, and my people always remember, man. Please remember those who left us when you take your wine. Please, man, cause it could have been you who didn't make it through. Please bear that in mind. And those who have gone, the soul still lives on in the banjo and pets. Real man forever. And for the contribution you made to the earth, we will never forget. So everybody, enjoy yourself in the mass, cause you never know, it could be your last. Please, for real, enjoy yourself in the mass, cause you never know, it could be your last. Give thanks and pray, festival day, raise voices and say, we pray for that for another year, the Father has let us live on. Can't leave our day, raise voices and say, so many others would like to be here with us, but no, they are gone. Real man, cause you never know, it could be your last, it could be your last, y'all. Enjoy yourself in the mass, cause you never know, it could be your last. Give thanks and real festival day, raise voices and say, we pray for that for another year, the Father has let us live on. Can't leave our day, raise voices and say, so many, for real, man. Yo, the reality of the situation is that some of the people that are jumping in this band today might not be here next year, man. So you gotta give thanks, man, cause you never know. Real. Yo, I gotta go.
Thank you, Maureen. It's a very fitting song to a reminder of the importance of that mass, the ritual in Carnival, and also the importance of appreciating life and living life properly and never assuming that we're here for a much longer stay. Enjoy yourself in the mass by Rupi. You never know. It will be your last. And as you're saying, your efforts, mass action, remember you and Dylan really passionate and going ahead in the end. What were the reasons why you'll give it up, mass action, after being several times band of the year and a key band in St. Lucia?
Well, really, you see, that 3 months in a mass camp took a toll on us.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, you win band of the year, those prizes were so small. The party bands, like the Just for Funds, the Reds International, and all those bands, they really depended on the parties, the outside fetes and whatnot. We didn't have a team to take care of those fetes because everybody's in a mass camp. And at the end of the day, these bands, they make a whole lot of money because of the price, the fetes, and the cost of the costumes. Our band never went up beyond $600 for a costume, $550, $450, $550, and would sometimes even take. Some people want to jump, we would just take what they have and what they can give. So it wasn't making any sense. We couldn't continue that. Somebody would have taken some blows in that. So we decided, and further, the moving along was smooth because we saw where the carnival was going. It was just a lot of nakedness instead of costume. You see Adrian Ogier. Adrian keeps on winning the band of the year because he actually makes his costumes. He makes his costumes and he has a red theme and you could follow on his theme and whatnot. And that and mass action, we also carried a theme. Our costume, we portrayed what we said, our title. We actually portrayed it. But it was just too costly, and the compensation was too low. You put $10,000, $12,000 in the King of the Band costume, you end up getting 9 or 10. At the time, it just wasn't profitable. Yeah,
but I remember the portrayals, the King and Queen were magnificent. They were really a lot of effort in it, and not multiple entries in the competition. It's really a lot. And
I recognize, it might be arguable with some people, but I recognize Dylan as the best costume designer in St. Lucia. Take it or leave it. And he introduced some material which wasn't being used. A lot of the big costumes were being heavy. People using steel.
Right.
Dylan brought the aluminum rods,
right,
the flex rods, and these things, which was lighter aluminum, and we got welders to weld aluminum. It was easy to weld it, to bend it, and they had a technique in bending it, and it wouldn't break. And when everybody had some big heavy steel thing carrying, I can remember that.
So Isai wasn't falling on stage anymore?
Well, I don't know. I just think Isai legs were just too small and too weak.
Just too weak. But some stronger athletic midget had an incident or two. You know, some not only Isai, but the carrying costumes.
Yeah, he had a few slips.
Especially in the heavy era, heavy costumes. It's tough. Some guys, and the nerves too, and maybe all day in the mass camp, not eating properly. There are a few incidents through the years in carrying that costume, and there were techniques to it, you know.
You know what it takes to complete it. If you don't complete it a few days before, or you complete it the same night, you have that person who's carrying that costume there in the night to make sure the costume finishes.
So they had sleep.
Yeah, man. Yes.
It happened. I remember. And then you all moved on to people like Norman Francis. Norman
Francis became
tall and strong.
Tall and strong.
And he too had the passion, willing to co-invest.
Well, as you know, costumes were always carried by strong people. Cheryl is strong.
Cheryl is,
yeah, because I mean, the weakest of the lot was Isai, and he always wanted a big costume.
But you must recognize him for his passion, his love for it. Though. Isai was still a fixture, and still wants his costume done and to be part of it until he has the health and strength. He says he'll keep doing it all through soul years going through. You said that there's one portrayal that you all didn't quite get to do.
We always spoke about it. So that it was Cleopatra. You know, there's so much around Cleopatra, Cleopatra. And that would have, and I'm going to tell you, that would have been a piece of mass.
Yeah, you didn't get to, the mass action folded before that?
Yeah, folded the same year. We were always speaking about it.
Yeah, really interesting. As you mentioned also, while we still have Ozzy first, that he was also a writer, Maureen. Remember that he wrote a number of songs. He's really busy and prolific in the end for his 5-1-10 writing. He had a nice partnership with Ashanti too in the 10th. One of the songs, in fact, his winning song, he co-wrote with Nahum Shabatis. In fact, he wrote both of the songs the year Minella won in 2016 at Beausejour, at the Beausejour grounds, was Rivers of Blood. We might get just a listen to that, Maureen. Rivers of Blood, written by the same Dylan Pitcairn, who is known as a massman. Hear him as a writer with Minella.
And I just say Nahum Shabatis, I must say, yeah.
In my visions I see blood and hate, like the beast let out of the gates. Now he spreads death and destruction all around me. Living dead bodies in his wake, these dreadful visions I cannot shake. Oh, how I tread these turbulent rivers of blood I see. No more fruit on the mango tree, it's only hanging bodies I see. No more peace and tranquility, his families crying daily. Oh, take this burden away from me, we too small for that sea, oh Lord. I tired, swim each day in rivers of blood. Oh blood, rivers of blood, rivers of blood. I tired, swimming in these rivers of blood, rivers of blood, rivers of blood. I fed up, drowning in these rivers of blood. Wicked men defile we daughters, Virgin blood spill on the altars, offer sacrifices to the beast for compensation. Men like demons using brute force, raping and killing with no remorse. Wake me up from this place where evil abounds. Now I pray to watch me TV, cause rivers of blood surround me. From Africa to the Middle East, rebels waging war for the peace. I see Al-Qaeda and ISIS, half the world in crisis. Oh Lord, check me out from the sins of rivers of blood. Oh Lord, rivers of blood, rivers of blood. I tired sinking in these rivers of blood, rivers of blood, rivers of blood. I fed up splurging in these rivers of blood. Oh blood. Just like John on Patmos Island, in the book of Revelation, in exile, surrounded by a red sea of blood. Dreadful things that he heard and saw, plagues and quakes never seen before. Here on earth, the beast reign with an iron rod. I see demons in microchips, luring millions for his worship. Their tattoos and piercing in our skin, shedding blood sacrifice to him. Dear Father, open our eyes to see through his disguise, oh Lord, cause only you could save us from all these rivers of blood. Oh Lord, rivers of blood, rivers of blood. I tired going under in rivers of blood, rivers of blood, rivers of blood.
Yep. And not at all irrelevant and out of context is what we know has happened only recently. So Minel, the absolute queen, the multiple monarch in St. Lucia Calypso legend, doing justice there to that Dylan Pitcairn composition as we pay final tribute to Dylan this morning. How fitting to be able to run his tune that won him the crown along with Minel in 2016, of course, with a co-writer, Nahum Shabatis, but Nahum always says to give the credit to Dylan. Dylan really drove that one and he simply helped in touching it up for Dylan. And of course, Minel, a good segue into reminding persons that Minel will be on leading the cast for the South Tent from 8:30 tonight at the National Cultural Center as the Calypso season blasts off. You're sensing a thirst for the Calypso. People want the Calypso, they're ready for it in the season, reminding of all of the important role of the arts generally. After a fantastic season of the arts during the jazz, it was really the best showing ever for the arts component. And on that momentum, that impetus, people ready to start the Kaiso season. We're going to have final words from another major contributor, silent and behind the scenes, but a man who upheld the mass for years, for a few decades, Oswald Augustine. He's been paying tribute to Dylan. Your final words as you get ready to go and help prepare for the burial this morning.
Yeah, well, my final words here, it's not going to be much, but what I really want to say is that I am glad that Dylan was honored. Although it was just better late than never. It was a bit late, but because I always saw different people being honored, and I said, being honored for Carnival, I said, and they're looking at what Dylan had been doing for Carnival. Yeah. He's a Carnival icon, so at least he was honored. He got a little token.
Both in the Independence and the Carnival Committee. Yeah. So that was good and well timed. Another simple aspect to that, though, it struck me when Herb Black was in yesterday, an absolute legend, icon. All the superlatives belong to Herb Black. There's a little flaw in the system that we as a country, whatever era we're in, to review. How do you have to write for Dylan Pitcairn or Herb Black? So until somebody, the system, you have to nominate somebody. So apply for him to be a award. Shouldn't the committee have a leeway? Okay, you're free to apply and nominate, suggest people, but they have the prerogative to select people as a committee that are worthy of the award. So because nobody has written for Her Black tells me he's never gotten the National Independence Award. So that must be, it only makes sense that they, apart from the public applications and suggestions, that they have the leeway to pick people that they figure are worthy of the awards. So, Dylan or Her Black until somebody chooses to nominate and to write it.
Teddy, I'll be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are appointed on these different committees,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to say much. One, they are political. Secondly, a whole lot of them, they choose their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been saying it for a while, and they're not actually selecting the correct people for those awards. And on that note, I'm going to depart.
Yeah. Ozzy, thanks for being here. Thanks for paying tribute to Dylan Pitkin. Ozzy, a mass man, prominent mass man, as far as the tribute to. We'll join you at the Anglican Church in a while. Isa, you've got your award yet, right? You got about 3 already. You got Queen's Birthday and Independence. Just push. Yeah. Yeah, no, Isa have awards. Isa got Queen's Birthday, you got Independence.
Never got an Independence Award.
Queen's Birthday? Yeah, Isai Hall. But I'm just saying the awards are very good, but add that feature, Isai, where you could handpick, the committee can handpick. So we're nominating Her Black, we're writing that tomorrow, Isai, to make sure that no sticking, okay? As far as that is concerned. So Her Black as the former performer, but also a writer. In fact, 2 separate awards for him. We're doing one as the performer, right? And second as the writer of all these tunes. We're going to link Charlo in a while. Isai confirms the launch was fantastic last night. The launch, so we'll link Charlo to tell us about the award, the awards last night over at Peter & Company car showroom. But Maureen Alexander reminds us she needs to get paid. So we need to run a few ads. We're going to the break with Maureen and coming back here on RCI with Vaval Central. We on RCI 101.1 in case you came from Mars and didn't know that. And then we on Facebook, the official page of Radio Caribbean. We also on YouTube and we are on the website also. So let's go with, and we on UTV 124 on cable 124 Flow. Thank you, Maureen. We're back after the break.
We're back! Vaval Central! Music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central! Yeah! Vaval Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and TRCI. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Bates, and Primary Novelties. Vaval Central! Yeah!
Introducing Lucian Junior Carnival, the National Youth Creative Arts and Carnival Festival. This is where young voices rise, where creativity comes alive, and where culture lives on. Join us from May 18th to May 29th for the National Schools Tour. June 3rd, Primary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 5th, Secondary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 6th, National Schools Panorama Competition. July 12th, National Junior Parade of the Bands. Lucian Junior Carnival. It's more than a festival. It's a movement for the next generation. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Benz man who sells the best for less in so many colors. He's a Harris Benz man for a better pay and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high-five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties. Love life and live a little,
Enjoy Creamy Novelties Ice Cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KPT Grand Opening, Saturday, May 23rd. KPT, in collaboration with CMMC, presents The Art of Kaiso, Season 5. Yes, it's our 5th anniversary celebration. A blue and white affair. 2 shows in one. Experience the power, culture, and storytelling of Kaiso on the inside. Then we transition outside for high energy vibes and pure Caribbean culture with KPT Soca. Saturday, May 23rd, National Cultural Center, 8:30 p.m. Featuring Blade, Mystic, Blackberry, Kitina, Divine, TC Brown, KB Official, Scrap Money, and more. A night of quality Kaiso and high energy soca. Backed up by Invasion Band with Brass. Tickets $25. Saturday, May 23rd. Kaiso Pro Stand, KPT Soca. Keep people talking. Sponsored by Shanga Pro, Lucilec, Barbe Limited, Heineken St. Lucia, the Government of St. Lucia, WeTV, and ES Productions.
Getting brand new quality tires and rims for your vehicles have never been so easy. Tire Zone in the blue building next to the VG roundabout sells tires for motorcycles for as low as $180. What? But that's not all. Tire Zone also stock tires for all types of vehicles, including 13-inch for as low as $99, 14-inch starting from $150, 15-inch starting at $185, 16-inch for as low as $195, and 17-inch starting from only $200. Why buy used tires when you can get quality brand new tires for such low prices at Tire Zone? Visit us in the blue building next to the VG roundabout or call 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Again, 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Email us at tirezone.slu@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Tire Zone.
Feel the vibes? Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
We're back. Vaval Central, a very fitting tribute by Oswald Augustine to Dylan Pitcairn, and of course, with the numbers, I'm sure by the hundreds he'll come out to pay tribute to Dylan Pitcairn. Just being reminded that very organically, the carnival players and stakeholders, the massmen, the creatives are planning a parade from the George V Park this morning from about 9 o'clock and going past the Grocery bus stand and up the Trinity Church Road to the Anglican school. They're doing that. I'm told a big costume or two might be involved in paying that final tribute to Dylan Pitcairn, a real soldier that we have lost, and a fitting tribute. We're celebrating his life. It's not a time to be somber and sad, but celebrating the fantastic contribution that he gave to Carnival throughout. Of course, as we said at the end, we will end the program with Isai Hall doing an extempo tribute to Dylan, which I'm looking forward to. It's always very brilliant. And Isai, of course, knowing Dylan from the Lance Road area, from club mates and Lancers Football Club. And of course, he was ahead of you, way ahead of you, but also in the same mold as you as outstanding sprinters at St. Mary's College. He was a very stylish sprinter. I remember the little boys going to college sports and watching him. Stylish sprinter and Tapon House captain, a sportsman in his own right. And you know, many people we here joined by John Gotti don't realize Isai was a brilliant sportsman. I remember a certain prominent journalist laughing when somebody told him Isai was a national footballer. He said, Isai, not extempo guys. So Isai was at St. Mary's College in my time one of the most outstanding sprinters. Isai 1-2-4, 1-2-4.
1-2-4-8, 4x1, 4x4.
Isai for Presentation race. House was fantastic. It was really a great sprinter. Many people find it hard to believe. They believe his extempo and Kaiso alone he could sing and write, you know. But Isai, tell us how the season shaping up. We'll get to Dylan at the end. The season shaping up. You attended the TOT launch last night, and how the rest of the season, what you're looking forward to, what you're sensing.
Well, Mahal would not forgive me if I started off by not saying good morning to everyone who's tuned in. Good morning to Vaval Central, and also extending belated birthday greetings to my favorite radio announcer, Marine. I was in a hurry this morning, so I actually forgot your gift at home, but it will be delivered before the end of the month. But thank you very much, Teddy, for having me on Vaval Central. I've been locked in from the time you all opened up.
Thanks.
I want to commend Vaval Central on the early start. I think it's important that people get information from very, very early, that you create the excitement. You know, you inspire the various persons involved in carnival, because I mean, even revelers, calypsonians, soca artists, the pan players, they need inspiration as well. And sometimes we take it as a given that they will just show the energy and the excitement. But after practicing week after week and, getting to the point of fatigue, sometimes you need that lift, that boost from people to tell you, hey, you're doing a great job and we're looking forward to your performances. So hats off to everyone involved in the carnival. I will do the extempo for Dylan, but let me tell you, man, Dylan was a real perfectionist. He believed in doing things the right way and always adopting best practice. One conversation I remember with Dylan over the last couple of years was about the fact that we didn't have a lot of people involved in making costumes in St. Lucia. He was very, very concerned about that, and he was very big on getting a program started in schools where we would get children from primary, secondary schools actually making their own costumes for Junior Carnival. I remember that clearly. We spent about maybe 2 hours discussing that outside of a show at the Cultural Center. So he was more than just a creative who wanted to design and produce, but he was also worried about the preservation and perpetuation of our culture. And for that, I will always remember him. Very similar to my late mom, because it was a major concern of hers as well. So this morning we will be out there. I'm happy to hear of the parade there this morning, Teddy. I'm hoping I can get off early enough to join that parade. I would really love to be a part of that parade this morning. Great initiative, and whoever decided on that, I want to say hats off to them. With regards to the season, let me sum it up in a very, very simple way. I have already downloaded about 80 soca songs from St. Lucia, believe it or not. And I'm still hearing people saying, but where's the music? We're not hearing the music. And simple. In this day and age, we no longer have to buy albums. Getting music is not as costly as it used to be. You simply go on YouTube. You just type new soca from St. Lucia. Yeah. And you will see the number of songs that are out there, And I want to say hats off to the soca artists. I'm still hoping for the day that our calypsonians will follow suit. A lot of calypsonians tend to want to hold back the songs. But the other thing, too, is the arrangement that the soca artists have with the producers and the music studios is one where they do not have major expense to get their music out. For the calypsonian, most of them, when you go to a studio boy, if you're not linked to a tent like KPT, where Brongy will ensure that your music is well recorded, etc., it can be very expensive for the calypsonians. So for those persons who are clamoring for more calypsos to be recorded in advance of the tents, please take note of that. It can be very costly to the calypsonian. I think there was a year we had an initiative where the government funded, I think it was 20 recordings. And so it's not too late, it's not too late, because I have my own song. I will be singing a calypso this year. I want you to know that, Teddy. The last time I sang, I actually got work at RCI based on the song, Calypso Handbook.
The handbook, you come out, the host.
Right, I hosted it, Mark McLean.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward. People are really looking forward to the calypsos this year. Let's be honest, we've just come out of an election. So, people are eagerly awaiting what it is the calypsonians will have to say following
the interpretation.
But also, too, there are so many other social issues. I mean, if you look at what's happening throughout the world, there are topics galore that you can write on. So the expectations are high, and I always say that the calypsonians have a very tough job in meeting these expectations. Hats off to all the writers, Teddy. I see we have some emerging writers. I want to commend Bachelor again for the work with the youngsters in Kaiso, where the preliminaries have taken place. We have the listing of the junior soca and Kaiso monarchs, and there was actually a workshop in terms of preparing them. I also think we need to do some workshops with our seniors, and in terms of performance, because these are performing arts, and we really, really and truly need to get persons properly trained and prepared. With regards to the carnival bands, I'm hearing that bands are being sold out like crazy. That has been one aspect of the carnival that has been growing and growing. And despite the fact that we still have it around traditional mass versus the new era of partying on the road, I think they can coexist. They have coexisted well in St. Lucia over the last couple of years. And I really want to commend Tribe of 12. I think the effort that they put into building, making costumes, getting people actually involved in producing their own costume, even if it's just 2 feathers you glue onto your headpiece. But the fact that you are actively involved in producing your costume, I think it really gives you an additional thrill, you know. And I want to say hats off to them. I'm hoping that we can get maybe a few other bands to come on board. Harper, Helen Association for Persons with Autism is putting together, first time ever, a carnival band for persons with disabilities.
I heard so.
I mean, that is a one. I've checked, Teddy. I've gone, I've Googled. There's no country in the world that has ever put such a band together for carnival. So I'm hoping they get all the support that they need. I think it's a great initiative. And when we talk about inclusivity, you know, only yesterday was the Global Accessibility Awareness Day internationally. And this speaks to ensuring that persons with challenges and disabilities can enjoy every aspect of life just as much as other persons. I think this speaks volumes. So hats off to Harper for that. And I want to thank the Carnival Bands Association for, from early last year, the conversation started, for agreeing they're not competing, because this band is going to be totally different to other bands. There are lots of the persons who cannot really take on the very loud music, so the sound system would be, you know, something different. There are those who will be on the road with their earpieces because they really can't take the noise at all. So all preparation being made for that. Carnival seems to be shaping up well. The fetes, Mrs. Lucia probably has the most carnival fetes in the region, Teddy, you think?
Per capita.
Per capita, yes, I was about to say that. Per capita. And it's all well and good. I only have one concern. We used to have Peter Party in the yard. We used to have this carnival event downtown by the Castries Market. We need some free events for persons to really add to that whole build-up and excitement and to make people, you know, feel the carnival vibe. I had a conversation with my good friend Kami, I think it was day before yesterday, and she pointed out to me, she said, but Isai, Serenity Park, they put in a stage so you don't have to bring in a stage, and it's such a nice venue. Why can't we have a carnival session there weekly, where people just coming and, you know, get a taste of steel band music, get a few artists to perform, let the carnival bands display some costumes. Even if your band is so loud, it doesn't mean you cannot still show off your costumes to the general public, you know. Yeah, create something like that. And I think that's a great idea. Yeah. As to how we make it happen, Teddy, that's your job.
Right, and the mayor always listens to the program, so I'm sure the mayor is hearing us.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
And Captain Richard is hearing us. Zia also. So, but is ready? This downtown concerts, free concerts, really very important.
But not only in Castries. Yeah, I want to even extend that beyond Castries. You know, down south, on the East Coast, on the West Coast, just some activities that really create that hype and, you know, give people some insight into how the carnival is evolving.
And then the CPMC has announced they're bringing the Vaval, a new evolution of the line jam type event. Okay. That should make it very accessible, and that's coming very soon. That the corporate entities are asked to have a band, have a group in there. It should be massive once that gets underway for more involvement. But we're going to the break. Maureen reminds us of the time check. Coming up soon, we have John Gotti, who is initially was a kind of raga soca performer, tending a little of the dance hall early on. He was very dynamic in the early. He has in fact evolved now and is a very respected Calypsonian, winning the Monarch in the Virgin Islands, winning the Monarchy there at least 4 times. He's from Ancillary. He's a protege of the likes of Wally and Her Black, and very proud of his Ancillary, his TOT and St. Lucia. He has won the crown there many times. He's going to be on stage with TOT this weekend. We're going to hear from him one of his compositions and about his career. We're going to also hear the tributes from Isai Hall and from a man called Mr. Orlando. We might hear a bachelor tune. There's a tune we touched yesterday, Maureen. People are going so crazy over that tune. And we want to just run it again as an example of decent, structured, neat composition of Calypso. So, who's Orlando? You know who we call Orlando?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Hold on. Yeah. We'll do a quiz on that.
At my age, I remember faces, not names.
We would do a little quiz on that. Marie, you're going to the time check and coming back with John Gotti, Izai Hall, and lots more, and a lot of the new music as we build up to this fantastic weekend.
Absolutely. The time is now 9 a.m. and that time is made possible with the compliments of Ferrans Ice Cream. Let's take a word from them.
I'm feeling for something special, something good, something tasty, something smooth. When I think about all the flavors I can savor, I gotta have Ferrans Ice Cream.
I wanna have, I need to have a flavor that makes me glad. But the way I feel, it must be Ferrans Ice Cream. Chocolate coated ice cream bars, creamsicles I gotta have. Give me some fat-free yogurt, I need
Ferrans Ice Cream.
Ferrans Ice Cream.
It's so delicious. Ferrans Ice Cream.
Ferrans
tastes so good. Ferrans Ice Cream. Oh, I gotta have it. That's only the best will do.
Ferrans Ice Cream, bringing back delicious memories.
We're back! Vaval Central! Music, the happening, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central! Yeah! Vaval Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and Tilasiai. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Bates, and Creamery Novelties. Vaval Central! Yeah!
At Nagico, insurance has never been just about policies. It's about people. It's why generations of our customers place their trust and valued assets with us, and why AM Best rated us A- excellent for financial strength. From helping families recover to standing strong in the communities we serve, we've always cared and always will. Nagico Insurances, fast, fair, and always there. Now rated excellent.
Every step tells a story. Every stride brings hope. Join the St. Lucia Arthritis and Lupus Association for Strides for Lupus 2026 under the theme Stronger Than Lupus. On Sunday, May 24th, be part of a powerful movement as we walk from Cots Marisol to Pigeon Point, raising awareness and showing support for those living with lupus. Assembly begins at 5:45 a.m. and the walk starts promptly at 6 a.m. Registration is only $30 for adults and $20 for children 13 and under. Come out and enjoy a high-energy atmosphere with music, giveaways, a light breakfast package, wellness supplements at special prices, and food sampling. And don't miss out. The first 100 participants will receive exclusive walk packages. Make your steps count. Make your presence matter. Call 486-7000 or email us at slala.slu@gmail.com to register.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is inviting suitably qualified persons across the ECCU to apply for the positions of Senior Economist and Facilities Maintenance Technician. Ready to take the next step in your career? Visit our website www.eccb-centralbank.org and complete the application form via the Vacancies tab. Applications close on Friday, 22nd May 2026.
In the heart of St. Lucia, where mountains meet the sea, there's a story of resilience, community, and a promise kept for over 50 years. Jeune Credit Union has been a pillar of support and a friend. Together, we've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs, from sponsoring local events to supporting education. Our motto, together we can move mountains, isn't just words. It's a commitment to unity, progress, and shared success. Feel the pride, the belonging, and the warmth of a financial partner that cares. Join us and be part of something extraordinary.
Oh man, just my luck. I can't get to the airport in time now to pick up the mother-in-law. She's gonna mess me up.
James had one job: get there.
but it looks like his battery life was low. And now, his mother-in-law is going to have every reason to let her daughter know just how unreliable James is. She'll never let him live this one down. Ever. Don't be like James. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
You thought it was a one-time thing? Well, Soca Stars is back again! The hottest stage for up-and-coming Soca Stars with live vibes, pure energy, and fans to turn up the heat! Soca Stars, get ready! The grand prize is $5,000 cash and a $10,000 production package! Register now to compete! Sign up early at peterbear.com or come in early at the venue. This is your shot at stardom.
Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Welcome back on Vaval Central. We're going with, as we have just been told, that the persons attending the funeral, the artistic fraternity, have started to gather at the gardens, hoping to do their little mini parade in honor of Dylan Pitcairn as they go towards the Anglican Church on Trinity Church Road. That's the Dilly's Road. For those who don't know the name of streets, you have to give landmarks inside in Castro. Lots of people don't know the street. So when you tell them Trinity Church Road, they lost. The Dilly's Road, huh? Dilly's Road. John Gotti is here. John Gotti, welcome, son of ancillary and talented artist, period, and now Calypsonian over in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm told that there's the annual competition with St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix. Go ahead, Gotti, tell us of your achievements.
Yes, sir. Like to big up everybody, same speed. Good morning, St. Lucia. Well, my name is Lucas Evans, birth name.
Mm-hmm.
Stage name, John Gotti. So, music is my life, and also I'm a chef. So, and for over 17 years, I'm a chef, a sous chef.
Right.
And
you based in St. John?
St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands. But I do a lot of other things.
Right.
I'm a taxi driver. I have my own business taxi. I have my own construction company. So I do a lot of different stuff. But music, I'm alive that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like to big up Israel, big up Teddy, big up the whole massive.
Right.
Israel, I know Israel from the time I was singing Junior Calypso. From little boy,
And you won 4 titles?
In the Virgin Islands. And a lot of first runner-up,
right,
first runner-up. You know how the things stay.
But the 4 titles you win?
In 2018,
mm-hmm.
I won the Calypso Monarch in the Virgin Islands, and song was written by Walston Alfred.
Wally.
The great Wally, big up Wally, always on my hands, always stick by my side, right through.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from that day, I started working with because Wally get a little bit busy, so me hook up with the great Black.
No Black.
I mean, that, And so we always share ideas together. Right now, technology, so I get an idea, I shoot it to the boss, and the boss take it and he put it together. So from the time I working for Black all them years, always doing great stuff.
Which other years you won? The years you won?
All the time I won, whole Black been writing. And a guy from last year named Tempo from Trinidad and Tobago. He been writing music for Crazy and Sugar Aloes. He's a very good writer.
Right. So you won, what, 24, 25,
Yeah, so
26?
I won the Calypso Monarch 2018, 2024, 2025, 2026, and I'll win it next year, 2027. You know how the things stay.
Good for carrying the flag, the St. Lucia flag. There are lots of St. Lucians out there.
All the time. They come and support Gotti all the time, man. Especially the Dominicans too,
Right. One unity.
Yeah, man.
And same must recognize in the same region around the same St. Martin, the other side. I'm sure you're familiar with St. Martin too, where the St. Lucian Emily Tisson won the Caribbean Queen show. It was good to see St. Lucians turn up.
Sure,
she'll be our guest on Tuesday after the holiday as we start featuring the Queens. We always start with the reigning Queen. Emily Tisson will be in on Tuesday on Vaval Central. But Gotti, I'm told reliably that you will be performing as part of TOT on Sunday. Right.
Yeah.
And so you want to give us a sample of one of your tunes?
Yeah, man.
Who wrote that one?
The great Black.
All right.
The great Black one.
Let's hear the acapella.
Black, I know you're listening, because you tell me you're going to be listening. Yeah, man. So, the tune name is Are you a champion or are you a trampion? Because the whole vibe about the tune is about our Caribbean leaders. So we like the Caribbean leaders need to come together, man, as one, even though we're vulnerable, even though we're small, but we have to come together so we could have a great voice, you know? So we could be, you know.
Respected, yeah.
For sure. So we always go in our shell because we feel we small and we can't deal with the outer world. But no, if we come together, we could have a voice. You know, so the song is about our Caribbean leaders. So it goes like, every United Nations meeting always turned out to be the same thing with we representation. Representation. We leaders seem to be lacking the forceful voice to say something that could command attention. Command attention. We are less developed countries with little natural resources. Yes, we are vulnerable. Are vulnerable. Yet we still cannot be complacent. We should stand up and be resilient and don't be so gullible. Be so gullible. If you are a champion, it's the people you represent. If you are a champion, you set in a bad precedent. So are you a champion? Or are you a trampion? Are you in for your stake or in for the people's sake? Tell me, for the good of the state, are you real or fake? Look what happened in Venezuela. The invasion by America. Yes, they kidnapped Maduro. Kidnapped Maduro. Since he refused to be a trumpet, the US president get upset and dealt him a fatal blow. Remember with Sister Haiti, so much misery and poverty. Now Trump call it a shithole. If we talk about democracy, then we must respect the sovereignty and we rights to self-control. Lucia, if you are a champion, it's the people you represent. If you are a champion, you set in a bad precedent. So are you a champion? Or are you a trampion? Are you in for your stake or in for the people's sake? Tell me, for the good of the state, are you real or fake?
Big tune, big tune, and voice and projection. The point Bachelor's making yesterday from the start, first note you'll catch your attention, you know?
Sure.
And you ain't no black in that.
Yeah. No, good tune.
Any melody, no, you know it's very melodious.
Melody, yes, but even the construction, even by Who Black standards, it's a very good calypso, a very good song.
Yeah.
Very current too, very, you know, and clear.
Relevant.
So imagine, let me tell you about that song there. That song was written like 3 years ago, you know. That song. And I always like changing it around. I think I'm ready to sing that song yet.
Yeah.
And now.
And it's ever evolving. Look, new developments with Cuba now.
Yeah, we changed a lot of things around.
Right.
And what's going on with Trump and all kind of things. And that song was just the right timing for that.
Yeah. For now. The new development, because the Cuba development of 2 days ago, that they're now threatening to come and take Raul Castro, the same Maduro thing.
A lot of things.
They're coming for him.
Yeah,
so
man.
it's new development at every point. So you could add lines and adjust it.
So
and
my other song on.
So you compete?
Tempo.
You plan to compete?
Yeah, man.
You plan to compete?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of things, you know. Sunday go be mass.
Yeah.
You know? And TOT, I have to big up TOT again, you know, because from young me and TOT.
Yeah.
45 years.
Yeah, from young.
Big up Charlo.
And imagine, so I had to come
And,
down to celebrate 45 years since I turned 45 too.
Yeah. But you competing for sure?
Yeah, man. Thing go be turn up.
Oh, boy. It's hot. And ancillary is a nice little pocket for TOT. The 3 giants, the Gotti, Wally, Who Black is giants coming out of ancillary. Nice. Sunday is TOT, yeah.
It's going to be really nice.
Now you sell some tickets there, Gotti, right? Away some tickets
for sure.
for
Some
there.
things will be turned up. I have to big up TOT to the fullest, you know. Don't forget to come support everybody. Come support TOT Sunday. You know, one of the tunes from Tempo, and it's on one of my songs I won with again. Which one is one of my best tunes? I feel it goes like it goes. Oh boy, my mind just flashed out.
Yeah, we know.
You get into our age. So
Yeah.
Well, we come back to you. Collect it and we come back to you. At the same time, Charlie, I want to give out the whole show yet. You wanted to come and hear the rest.
So. I think that'll be a
the
good
rest.
thing. Yeah.
As you mentioned, Izai, you've written the Calypso Handbook. You've been respected as one observing Calypso, one who writes Calypso, advises on it. And we just thought yesterday, people were really impressed, and we thought this today, again, as we start the Calypso season, we want to run this Bachelor tune again, just because it so models composition, structure, timing, the length of lines, the arrangement in the music is just a model. He did concede it was AI assisted, which is a tool that everybody is free to use once it doesn't absorb all the creativity. And so we want to run this Bachelor tune again as we start the season, just for us to be mindful of keeping a standard as we compose and present. 20 years, the name of the song by Bachelor.
I remember how it began, son. Your mom and I having fun. What a sight on this passionate Friday night. Out of love you came to this world. You were such a sight to behold. Did I fail? What the hell you doing in jail? I don't know where I went wrong, why we never got along. But 20 years ago, I wish I had done it right. When your mother started to tease, make me weak like hell in the knees, I should have refused and take it some other night. But since I can't turn back the hands of time, boy, I wash my hands, I resign. Where you are right now is just fine. And since you have chosen this life of crime, and nobody could change your mind, go in peace and watch your behind. No more defending you and shielding you from the weight of the law. It's a right, son, I cannot do it no more. It's a right, my son, I cannot do it no more. You were living without a heart, son. When did this violence start? Was it me? Did you learn from society? You got licks from me, it is true, but your brother got more than you, and he's fine, the boy never stepped out of line. Now I hold my head in shame, and I carry all the blame, cause 20 years ago, I entered your mother's gate. Boy, if only I had known, you'd be rotting down to the bone. I'd aim for the floor before I ejaculate. But since I can't turn back the hands of time, boy, I wash my hands, I resign. Where you are right now is just fine. And since you have chosen this life of crime, and nobody could change your mind, go in peace and watch your behind. No more defending you and shielding you from the weight of the law. It's a right, son, I cannot do it no more. It's a right, my son, I cannot do it no more. Common entrance you never passed, son. Your education didn't last, but I paid to ensure that you learned the trade. There were others without a cent, and from rags to riches they went, in the sun mixing cement with their two hands. But you chose to go and steal, even coke you used to deal. Boy, 20 years ago it seems I used the wrong head. When your mother turned up the heat, in those days she was looking sweet. I should have undressed and take a nice cold bath instead. But since I can't turn back the hands of time, boy, I wash my hands, I resign. Where you are right now is just fine. And since you have chosen this life of crime, and nobody could change your mind, go in peace and watch you behind. No more defending you and shielding you from the weight of the law. It's a right, son, I cannot do it no more. It ain't right, my son, I cannot do it no more. You are lucky to have been caught, son. You made us suffer a lot. I'm in tears, cause you only got 7 years. We knew prison would make you worse, so we tried to talk to you first, but your soul was already out of control. There are times we'll fall and break for the mistakes that we made. I should have known it then 2 decades ago. In May, on that Friday night, my son, there was a crusade going on. If I only went, you would not be here today. But since I can't turn back the hands of time, boy, I wash my hands, I resign. Where you are right now is just fine. And since you have chosen this life of crime, and nobody could change your mind, go in peace and watch your behind. No more defending you and shielding you from the weight of the law. It's your right, son, I cannot do it no more. It's your right, my son, I cannot do it no more.
Top tune composition never been sung. As you see, just the basics of composition.
You know, Teddy, one of the things about that composition, and it reminds me a lot of Robbie's Pa Play Way Mama last year. A lot of what is said in the song is culturally relevant. Even the very mention of a Friday night. We know how St. Lucians generally behave on a Friday night, you know, and making reference to that act being performed on a Friday night. Right away, it has everybody tuned in because everybody can identify with the vibes on a Friday night, you know. And yeah, Bachelor is a master at his craft. Also, to what one of the lines, for example, I picked up from John Gotti's Calypso, where it says, "You setting a bad precedent." Being a bad president. A lot of judges may miss the significance of these lines in these songs. I want to say good morning to the judges who have been working very hard. They've had their meetings, they've been doing their reviews, and they're all ready for the season. And I just wanted to shout them out this morning and say a pleasant good morning to all the Calypso judges. I want to commend you for your bravery. Not many people will accept the invitation to become a Calypso judge because of the backlash sometimes, you know. Everybody thinks that their monarch should be monarch, you know. Some of them have never really gone through the judging criteria, don't even fully understand the judging criteria, but they tell you the judges are wrong. Judges can't be wrong. Judges basically judge based on their knowledge and interpretation, and that's what they put in a panel for, you know. Teddy's interpretation of that performance may be totally different to mine. I may have information regarding a particular melody that may have been used already, but Teddy may not know that because we don't have the same experiences and the same exposure to Calypso, you know. So all of these differences amongst the judges, you know, can influence the final decision. But I just simply tell people, let the judges do their job. If you think you can do better, volunteer and become a judge. Get onto the judging panel and make your contribution through judging. You know, so good morning to all of my judges, and I know that you guys are ready for the season.
Also, is a point that is very pertinent, that there is a period and a provision for tent leaders, writers, etc., to object. The panel is circulated, the entire pool of judges circulated, and so ahead of competition of each phase, you have the leeway and the right to object to judges. So if you fail to do so or choose not to do so ahead, please do not come complaining about a certain judge, why it was included after. It's an important provision that you have the right of objection. You can object to a judge on his competence, his bias, his association with certain artists, many reasons. Once it's valid, it's respected, and so if you don't do that, do not come complaining after the fact.
Certainly.
The same judge. Yeah.
Certainly. And let me take this time to shout out the performers for tonight from the South Calypso tent. Teddy, very quickly, I want to say a special good morning to Tikeno, who's a teacher from the
A student. He won the primary 2 years ago, and he moved on to secondary and first runner up last year. It could be, but he's a student.
Okay, and we have, of course, the diplomat Mahendra, Mighty. Is it Dashe or Dash? Sherlin is going to be here. Teddy Boy, one of my favorite Calypsonians from the South. Good morning to you. We have Kitty. We have Daika Fontelio. Brother Daika, good morning to you. We have Lushan, and of course that name everyone remembers, our former Carnival Queen, who actually made it all the way into the finals last year as a newcomer. We have Gumption, and of course the Queen herself, 4-time Calypso Monarch of St. Lucia, Minel, is going to be touching down tonight from 8 o'clock at the National Cultural Center. And of course I will be doing the MC duties with the South Calypso tent. I want to thank Tony for contacting me very, very early, Teddy. As early as 2 months ago, wow. Tony contacted me and said, Isai, can you do the opening show? I wasn't sure if I would be able to manage, but I think I can manage this particular tent tonight. So I will be on with the South Calypso tent. I'm hoping, Teddy, tonight to give people a verse and a chorus of my new song. Yeah, I have written a Calypso for the season that I'm going to record, but tonight, if possible, I will deliver a verse and a chorus if I can remember the lyrics.
That's always a challenge.
Always a big challenge.
You want to practice here this morning? You want to go practice here?
No. I wouldn't even attempt that here right now.
So, Isai, as we go, we have the RCI team here remind us that our cutoff time is approaching, so fitting time as we get ready to go over to the Anglican Church just across the road to pay tribute to Dylan Pitkin, our soldier. A good time to end with the extempo from Isai Hall in tribute to Dylan. Isai, it's your show.
Well, just let me also add that KPT is on Saturday and that the Takeover tent is on Sunday. But here we go. This is for my good friend, Brother Dylan Pitkin. Well, I want to tell you, listen to Isai. This morning we gather to say goodbye. A man, so much talent he did give. A blessing from the Lord that we did receive. He was in Carnival every year. And I want everybody to hear. I'm telling you something, celebrate no pain. So Dylan, my friend, until we meet again.
Respect Isai. Thank you, Maureen. And as you see, maybe we have a minute and a half to go, Maureen. You're looking so. We just play a verse and chorus of it. The tune he wrote. He was also a Calypso writer. The tune he wrote to give Minel the title back in 2016. Respect. Thank you, Maureen and the team. Hyper and company. We on. Thanks, and we're back on Tuesday morning, Maureen. Tuesday morning. Monday's holiday. We're not on there. Don't get carried away. We're not here on Monday at all. Tuesday morning, the reading Carnival Queen. The reading Carnival Queen and Caribbean Queen will be one of our guests and lots more. All the Calypsos from the weekend. You know you'll be hearing it here on Tuesday morning. It will be RCI will be pumping all the tunes from 3:10. So you know tunes will be dropped there throughout the week, but starting Tuesday. All the Calypso, two of the soca artists and the Carnival Queen, Tuesday morning. Thank you, Maureen.
Absolutely. Anybody have the price for the tickets for the tents?
$25.
There you go.
In my visions I see blood and hate, like the beast let out of the gates. Now he spreads death and destruction all around me. Living dead bodies in his wake. These dreadful visions I cannot share. Oh, how I tread these turbulent rivers of blood I see. No more fruits on the mango tree. It's only hanging bodies I see. No more peace and tranquility. It's families crying daily. Oh, take this burden away from me. We too small for that sea, oh Lord. I tired. Swim each day in rivers of blood. Oh, blood, rivers of blood. Rivers of blood. I tired swimming in these rivers of blood.
We're back! Vaval Central! Music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central! Yeah! Vaval Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and TRCI. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Bates, and Creamery Novelties. Vaval Central! Yeah!
Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelty. Love life and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelty.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Benz man who sells the best for less in so many colors. He is the Harris Benz man for a better pay and a better price. Check the little man with some soft advice. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz. If you're raining inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Benz.
Introducing Lucian Junior Carnival, the National Youth Creative Arts and Carnival Festival. This is where young voices rise, where creativity comes alive, and where culture lives on. Join us from May 18th to May 29th for the National Schools Tour. June 3rd, Primary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 5th, Secondary Schools Calypso and Soca Competition. June 6th, National Schools Panorama Competition. July 12th, National Junior Parade of the Bands. Lucian Junior Carnival. It's more than a festival. It's a movement for the next generation. Feel the vibes. Embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival. Nothing sweeter than that.
St. Lucia, even in challenging moments, essential services do not stop, and neither do we. Following the recent fire at the Environmental Health Division office in Wadawaj, the Environmental Health Complaints Unit is now operating from the 3rd floor, number 41 High Street, Castries. Have a concern? We're here to help. Report issues related to wastewater, animal rearing, pit toilets, derelict vehicles, overgrown vegetation, improper garbage disposal, vector and pest nuisance, furniture and vehicle